Welcome to Long Play Gaming. My name is Bimmy.
My name's Jimmy? No, my name's Matt.
Oh shit, I'm Tim.
Right.
Yeah, this is Long Play Gaming. And we are playing Double Dragon, the NES version.
Yes. Again, developed by Technos Japan in 1988. This is a port of the
arcade.
Arcade smash hit, Double Dragon. It's a little different, but it's got its own charm, and I really enjoy this game. This was actually my first NES game.
Okay, one of my first NES games was actually Double Dragon 3.
Yep, I opened this up with my control deck Christmas Day, and much to my surprise, it was very different from the arcade, but not necessarily in a bad way. Intro's the same.
Okay.
10-second cutscene tells you everything you need to know.
I think they actually throw out the mission one. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Girlfriend gets kidnapped, you gotta go save her. This is a one-player only version.
So is this the only one that's not two-player?
For the NES, yes.
Okay.
Yep, so the first one's going to be one player only. So you can only play as... Well, I take that back. There is a two-player option to this game, but it's more like a one-on-one fighter.
Oh, okay.
I didn't show that in this playthrough. I'm just showing the one-player option. So, excuse me, I do take that back.
Story mode, if you will.
Yeah, the story mode is one player only.
Okay.
So you're playing as Billy Lee. And... as you can see, it's similar to the arcade. One thing that's different about it, if you look down in the lower left-hand side of the screen, that you can see numbers counting up. So this game actually has almost like a RPG-esque leveling system to it.
Oh, okay.
So as you progress through the game and as you collect hit points, you're going to collect more martial arts type moves. So you start with a punch and a kick. This is kind of a glitch.
I was like, are you just walking up that wall?
You can just walk up the wall. So you start with a punch and a kick. You don't even have a jump kick or anything like that. And then, like I said, you'll collect those hearts on the bottom as you go along. I think there's 7 total. So right now I have 2. So I get an uppercut and a roundhouse kick added, and then more moves will come as we progress. So that was the first level boss, and he came and went pretty...
That was almost Castlevania 2 level easy of trying to get him. You just put him on the conveyor belt?
You put him on the conveyor belt, you hit him once, he falls off, and that's the end of level 1.
Okay.
Yep. Same premise, there's 4 missions to this game, so it's pretty short, but that doesn't mean that it's...
not without challenge.
No, this game is actually probably one of the hardest for the NES series.
Okay. For out of the 3? Or just out of NES in general?
I would say 2's the easiest, then 1, and then 3. Just because I've beaten 1 and 2, and I haven't beaten 3.
But yeah, 3 is all sorts of glitch. And
oh, for sure.
Tough. That's the whole Bimmy and Jimmy references from 3.
Yeah, not a good game. So mission 2, very similar to the arcade. It's a little bit different. Same types of weapons. So you got, the boxes of weapon that you can throw. I have a baseball bat right now. I just leveled up to level 3, so now I get a jump kick. So if you push A and B together, you get a jump kick.
Okay.
Attacking the Lindas here. Again, they carry whips just like they do in the arcade. Not a great weapon, but it's better than nothing.
So in terms of collecting, because that's something I actually want to try and bring up on this show a little bit, because most of us are video game collectors, not just watchers of the channel. How would you say its value is for this sort of game?
Very cheap. Honestly, if you're looking to get into...
Looks like you can get a copy for like $15 or so.
Yeah,
roughly.
All of them are relatively inexpensive. You can get any of them for probably $10-20 for a loose cart.
Because I gotta say, one of my least favorite things with collecting in general, which is why I kind of want to make this a little bit of a segment on our show of, is it worth the value? Because there are some games that you're paying $250 for a relatively shit game.
I would absolutely say so. Another glitch at the end of that. Sorry I digress, but
that's okay.
Yeah, if you just climb back down the ladders, you don't even have to fight that boss at the end of mission 2.
Oh,
it'll just end the level and you go on to 3. To answer your question though, the Double Dragon series on the NES. The NES is pretty expensive to collect for.
Yeah.
Overall.
Which is why I think pointing out the good, high quality value games, like sure, if Double Dragon is a great one to own. In general, it looks nice in your collection. The cover art is really nice. But if you have a collection that you want to play, is this one of the series that you would say it's worth it kind of investing your money into?
Absolutely. Like I said, I mean, you could probably get all 3 carts for $30, $35. They're
and fun games.
They translate well from where they came from.
Yeah,
they're fun games. There's definitely a good amount of challenge to them. You're gonna spend some time on them.
Oh, definitely. But I think overall they're fun to play. Yeah. It's a well done beat 'em up. It's not the greatest of beat 'em ups, but it's by far not the worst.
No,
either.
It's definitely early in the beat 'em up genre. So I don't think they really perfected the formula until something like Final Fight.
Yeah.
Which came, a couple years later. But they're fun games. They're inexpensive. And if you're looking to play your collection, they're definitely must-owns. The second and the third games in the series are 2-player, so find a friend and
that's something that I always look forward to.
If you can
what can I get for 2-player?
Yeah.
I do a lot of TurboGrafx collecting, and 2-player games are really hard to come by on that system.
Well, there's only one controller port on the console, so
you have to have a multi-tap.
You have to have a multi-tap in order to...
Which takes you to 5, which is weird.
It is weird.
Very rarely do you have 4 friends come over to play the 2 games that you can.
What game can you have all 5 play? Is it Battle Royale?
Battle Royale. I have it. It's incredibly hard.
It's a wrestling game, and it's not a very good one.
No, it's not.
It would be fun just to... First of all, we'd have to find 3 other friends in order to...
Yeah.
With turbo pads in order to...
I think we have enough turbo pads.
Play through Battle Royale.
Well, we'll get Joe in. That'll be another. So we need 2 more.
Oh, for sure. Sounds good. So Mission 3, this is kind of the midway point of it. This is probably one of the hardest segments in the game, is the double Abobo fight.
Okay.
You can stack them together and try and go toe-to-toe with them. I wouldn't recommend it because they tend to take a lot of your hit points. You get 3 lives in this game, no continues, so it's a little bit of a slog.
Yeah.
So this is the only time where I really do get sandwiched myself in between them and then just jump kick back and forth.
Do you find having any sort of rhythm going back and forth helps with this, or do they separate too much to try and get any?
I just try and hit this jump kick as late as possible to avoid them ducking like that. Mm-hmm. You don't want to stand in front of them because a lot of times they seem to hit like on frame 1 when they get up.
Okay.
And like I said, they take a lot of energy from you. You do get energy refills every screen change, which is good. So it's not like you gotta carry your health through the entire game. So you can see I just refilled there. So this is a little bit different of a segment.
Oh, the good old ice cave falling? Not ice, probably just stalagmites.
Which one is it? Is it stalactites? I think stalactites are the ones
that go up, right? No,
stalagmites came up from the ground.
Oh.
And then
that's what you come to for long play gaming, is your cave knowledge.
That's right. We're amateur geologists. I don't even know. Anyway, back to what we know. So NES, you got to have your platforming section.
Yeah.
Even in a beat 'em up game.
Of course. So is this kind of the boss of this level? Is this like a mini level, or does this just keep going? These are...
It's still mission 3. This is kind of like a checkpoint. So, curious thing here. You're going to fight these, I think they're called chins.
Okay.
So you're going to defeat these guys, and then you'll see this door behind you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go in the door.
Oh.
Everything in your instincts tells you to go right.
Yeah.
The
My whole life I've been going right.
Yeah. The stage will just loop infinitely.
Really?
If you go right. You have to go through this door to progress.
Definitely a good tip then.
Yeah. So, still in the cave.
Now it's a lightning cave.
Yep. So now I have 5 hearts, which I got like a ground and pound technique.
Oh, okay.
Which
That's that like knee buster?
No, so if they're down on the ground like there, you'll actually like go into mount and just punch them in the face until they die.
Like, is this the old leap of faith?
Yeah, pretty much. So you can see that kind of funny Technos Japan Kunio-kun type facial expression. It's easier just to fall there instead of trying to jump, because, again, it's a beat-em-up, so platforming is not precise.
Yeah.
In this. So like I said, it's just easier to kind of just progress down like this. You're not taking damage, like fall damage or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so Incredible Hulkabobo again. From the arcade, Mission 3.
They're sticking pretty true to form.
Yeah, all the enemies...
As much as they can.
All the enemies
are close.
Pretty much the same. The Chin enemy is... I don't think was present in the...
Oh, okay.
In the
arcade version.
Yeah, so there's some different stuff. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. Again,
I find some of the NES ports of the games, like, although graphically they're not as good, they're more inventive. That's what I always said about the Turtles one. I tend to go back to that because I probably played it the most, but Turtles 2, the arcade, is, I think, actually better on NES. Like, I wish you had the 4-player ability, because NES definitely had a multi-tap, but it's maybe one of my favorite beat-em-ups on NES, and I like it more than the arcade version.
They had exclusive levels for the NES version as opposed to the arcade, so it lengthened the game a little bit.
I found that with a couple of arcade ports, they'll have exclusive levels.
Yeah, this one, for example. I mean, this level is not part of
the arcade at all.
Yeah,
which is fun. It gives some variety to it and a different challenge to bring to it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not just pumping quarters into it. You're gonna spend, back in the day, $50 on a NES card. So you got to kind of make it so it's not so easy to get through. So this is the final scene in Mission 3.
Okay.
These Lindas will keep coming out. You just got to defeat a certain number of them. I don't remember what the number is. And then progress down to this door right here. You'll know you've defeated enough of them when the door opens. So the door's open.
Okay. Yep, I just saw it open.
Okay, so now I have 6 hearts. I think I said you get 7 total.
Yeah.
At level 6 is where you get that elbow smash technique that is so powerful in the arcade version. And it's going to come in handy toward the end of the game.
Yeah, okay.
So this is easily the hardest mission in the game.
This looks like a lot more platforming.
It's
at least with the jetting out bricks.
Yeah, it's pretty true to form to the arcade. It starts with these bricks jutting out from the wall. This part's tough.
Overall, well-designed game.
Yeah,
it translated well to NES.
Yeah, so you can use the pit over to the right to get rid of these chins pretty quick. There's that elbow smash technique, so you just gotta not be facing them, and you just hit the punch.
Oh, okay, yep.
And I think it delivers like, I don't know, an exponential amount of hit points as opposed to just your regular punch and kick. So you want to use that one.
So do you lose hearts when you die, or
nope? You keep them.
you keep them? Okay, but there's no continue. So
There's
once
no
you die,
continues.
you're done.
3 lives. You're not going to get any extra lives either.
Okay.
So 3 lives and that's it. So this part's definitely, it's crucial to keep as much health as possible through it. These guys, if they sandwich you, they can deplete your health pretty quick. And now they're carrying knives, and getting hit with a knife in here, or a stick of dynamite takes away a lot of your health bar.
Okay.
Again, you can see they're pretty good at ducking that move. So you just gotta be persistent. Here's another thing, the stage will just loop if you keep going, so just go up the wall right here. You don't even have to fight the abobo there.
Oh, okay.
And then you're gonna fight, I think these are...
Albino chins?
I think they're ropers.
Oh, okay.
Again, not a tough enemy. Once you learn how to jump kick, they learn how to jump kick too, and it's kind of almost like an unavoidable hit.
Oh, okay.
So again, I'm just I want to use that elbow as much as possible to take away as much health as possible.
Because it's just doing the most damage on there.
Yeah, and it's an instant knockdown as well.
Oh, good.
So you don't have to worry about trades or...
I feel like you make me be able to play these games. It's a good lesson. I'm writing everything down and gonna learn. I'm gonna go try and play this and get my ass kicked in level 1.
I mean, a lot of people thought, NES games were cheap, so you gotta find ways to be cheap yourself in order to get through some of them.
Oh yeah, I have no problem in being cheap in any NES game.
Yeah. This part of the level is extremely dangerous. There's nothing but like a water pit at the bottom, and it's pretty much a leap of faith unless... See, I thought I was done for there.
Oh, okay.
So you gotta be extremely careful, because like I said, those lives are crucial. These guys will spawn infinitely. All you want to do is just get to the end.
Okay.
So as soon as that guy goes, another one's gonna come out someplace. And again, more of those stupid platforms that are they're tough to hit. It's not...
That's a small platform. Even for platforming's sake, it's a small platform.
Yeah, and there's no direction change once you jump. Once you jump, you are committed.
Oh, it uses regular physics?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, there's no Mario physics, unfortunately, where you can kind of like adjust and come back. Like once you jump, you're jumping.
Well,
So again,
also seem like the slowest moving platforms, I think, in video game history.
Oh yeah, for sure. So those enemies will follow you up and down ladders, but they won't actually jump on these platforms.
Okay.
And we're coming up to the final scene in the game.
This looks like if Mortal Kombat had an NES version, this is what it would look like.
Just with all the dragons.
Yeah, the
everywhere.
dragons and spikes and pits and...
Just nothing that exists naturally.
Yeah. Or even would be, if you owned this castle, a good design.
Right.
Like, I've toured a couple castles. None of them have pits of spikes.
On the top floor.
Yeah, on the top floor.
Alright, so we're coming up to the final scene here. This is... I don't want to... I guess you could call it a boss rush. So you're gonna start with the abobos again.
Okay.
Again, don't get sandwiched. They're a little bit easier now because you have that elbow technique.
I was just gonna ask, because usually when you have boss rush, they're usually lesser powered bosses coming in.
I think the hit points for all of them are the same.
Okay.
So again, just, health conservation is key.
Yeah.
I think you start from right here, even if you do lose a life.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now a set of chins. One of them has a knife. Don't want to get hit by that.
Can you throw the knife back at him?
Yep.
Like, okay.
Yep.
Thought I saw you do that. So it's good. Nice red carpet, so you can't see the blood.
Yep. Double Dragon theme playing in the background. Good way to finish.
Excellent. Oh, nice. Little one-hitters.
Yep. And these guys are 1 or 2 with an elbow as well. Which is weird. It gets like really hard, then it gets easier, and then it gets really, really, really hard in a minute. I think something funny happens in a second here. Yep. So I just committed suicide. I wanted to go through this boss rush again. It wasn't hard enough the first time. Getting toward the bottom of that screen is gonna be key.
Oh, okay.
In a moment here. And if you're taking notes,
that's a good note to take. Yeah.
In a minute here. Again, more elbow smash practice with the abobos. I like saying abobo. Isn't it a spice?
It's close. Adobo.
Adobo.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Some Spanish seasoning.
Very good.
Yeah. So, are you able to throw any of these guys into any of these guys? Can you get them into the pit?
You can go left or right. There's no pit hazard here. You
Okay.
can't throw like up and down, unfortunately. So those spikes
Gotcha.
are pretty much just for you.
Okay.
I mean, the enemy AI is pretty dumb in some spots, but
Not enough to just walk into
not enough
the
to
pit.
just commit suicide by going down.
Well, I mean, you gave a good example, so I didn't know if they tried to follow.
Right, I did. I just, like I said, I just wanted to see that funny facial expression again.
Look how fun this is.
Yep, so you want to go all the way to the bottom of the screen for this guy, and here's why. He shoots that gun randomly, and it takes away a ton of your health, but if you are all the way at the bottom of the screen, those bullets will pass right through you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see right here, like, I'm not getting shot. And you can just hammer him with kicks, you can hammer him with punches. So just stay as low as you possibly can at this point, and don't move from it. Okay, so here's the final boss. You're fighting Jimmy Lee. In this version, he is
Evil?
evil. Yep.
I think that's how it was in the cartoon, actually. Jimmy Lee was evil for a little bit.
Interesting. So the method here is kick, elbow, and repeat. Because he has probably almost as much health as you do, I think.
Okay.
So you wanna stun him with 2 kicks and then throw that elbow. Because I think the kicks do 2 damage and an elbow does like 8.
Okay.
And I think you need to do that cycle like 12 times or something like that.
Okay.
But he has a jump kick. He has a knee smash technique, so he can deplete your health pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm actually, the more I think about it, I'm pretty sure this is how the cartoon started, where you had to fight Jimmy, and then he ended up like siding with him like halfway through the cartoon.
If you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah.
How many times did you hear that in any 80s cartoon? Or he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day.
Yeah. Well, it's because all these martial arts cartoons, none of them you could actually use any of the martial arts weapons that they were carrying.
And that's the end. So you save Marion. You're in an apartment, a studio apartment apparently. There's a cat under the table.
Excellent.
And that's the end. Very short ending to a very short game.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, for this edition of Long Play Gaming, I'm Tim.
And I'm Matt.
Make sure to do all that subscribing, and internet stuff that we would like you to do. And have a great day, guys.
Thanks for watching.